Hello everybody, you're welcome back again to the Reggae Appreciation Society. It's common knowledge that the dancehall scene is among the most competitive and most hotly contested spaces in world music, with an endless roll call of deadly fire-spitting DJs that have waged savage lyrical duels to earn the crown of the king of the dancehall over the past 5 decades. But out of that elite field of toasters, no other name has evoked apprehension in the heart of his opponents like that of the razor-tongued Ninjaman, a reputation that's earned him the nickname of the Don Gorgon. Ninjaman has battled and taken down some of the greatest DJs in dancehall history, including the likes of Supercat, Shabba Ranks, and Flargon, all thanks to his super sharp tongue, infectious delivery, and unbeatable sense of humor. An imperious combination that never fails to light up a crowd in his favor, as well as get under the skin of whoever is the focus of his lyrical onslaught. In fact, Ninjaman is so good at this that it sometimes provokes his opponents into wanting to fight him right there on stage. The most famous example of this being the on-stage brawl between him and dancehall artist Vibe Cartel and his entire crew. But the first recorded incident of this happening can be traced back to the night that Ninjaman narrowly escaped getting manhandled by dancehall legend Josey Wales after the Don Gorgon hit him with lyrical arrows that were way below the belt at a live show. It was the night that Ninjaman literally had to run for his dear life. Let's take a look at the night Ninjaman had to flee from Josey Wales to escape a savage beatdown at the 1989 edition of the Reggae Sunsplash. Now this story began in December of that year. The much celebrated and legendary Reggae Sunsplash annual festival kicked off promising to be among the most exciting and entertaining in years. It was the end of a decade in which dancehall had overtaken roots reggae as Jamaica's dominant sound, and immensely popular DJs like Lieutenant Stitchie, Lady G, Pinchers, Papa San, Josey Wales, Ninjaman, and many others were scheduled to light up the stage. It was during that period that the Don Gorgon, after almost 10 years, as one of the most deadly DJs at Kilimanjaro Sound System, was achieving national fame as a recording artist and was then ready to take on all comers and no prisoners at Sunsplash that year. So that evening will kick off to a rollicking start, with various artists rocking the crowd at the Bob Marley Center in Montego Bay. After a good number of these artists had finished their sets, it was time for Josey Wales to get on the microphone and do his thing. Josey Wales, who was a second-generation dancehall DJ and protege of U-Roy, was something of an elder to most of the artists who were on the billing that evening. As part of his own sets, he would do a playful roll call of all the DJs on that evening's billing and would poke fun at all of them, including Ninjaman. Nothing deep, mind you, just something to make the crowd laugh and give everybody a lift. But as history and time has shown, you don't poke fun or play with Ninjaman, and Josey Wales' mild jab would provoke a hilarious and brutal backlash. When it was time for Ninjaman to do his own show, he climbed on stage and did what he normally does best. He got the crowd jumping and dancing with his wicked delivery and storylines. But that was just the beginning. As he was rounding up his act, he responded with a withering and nasty response to Josey Wales that became the high point of the evening. You see, before the festival, popular dancehall artists like Josey Wales and Ninjaman were often in New York playing lots of gigs for sound systems that catered to that city's sizable Jamaican population. Ninjaman in particular had flown in just before the show and in his humorous style told the crowd that he slept with Josey Wales' girlfriend in New York and that the lady had revealed a couple of secrets about Josey Wales' secret preferences in the bedroom. And this caused the concert venue to erupt in uncontrollable laughter and raucous applause for Ninjaman. But while the entire concert hall was rolling on the floor in amusement, Josey Wales was furious and took exception to that low blow, and by all means wouldn't take it lying down. Some people have said over the years that there was some truth in what Ninjaman said, especially as both men were always in New York around that time. But whatever the case, Josey Wales was ready to test Ninjaman's jaw. Though Ninjaman, of course, was no slouch, Josey Wales was a senior colleague and had street credibility above every other artist and person in that entire venue. You see, before becoming a musician, Josey Wales, who came from a poor household, had run away from home at the age of 14 and became a tough street hustler and rude boy, roving from one end of Jamaica to the other, doing all sorts to eat and survive, before finding his calling as a student of U-Roy at his Sturgav sound system. In any physical altercation, Josey Wales was simply a terror, and that evening, before that incident, Josey Wales was said to have beaten up a bouncer at a show for being rude to him. Now back to Ninjaman. He was having a ball on stage, moving the crowd, and had the audience in his pocket. After he dropped the microphone, he didn't notice that Josey Wales had rolled up his sleeves and was standing at the foot of the staircase backstage, and that was the only route through which Ninjaman could exit the stage. And as he began to leave, he was already halfway down when he suddenly saw Josey with clenched fists, making a gesture that meant that the brawl was about to happen. Ninjaman, knowing Josey Wales' reputation in the streets, froze in fear and slowly backed up the stairs, not taking his eyes off him as he did that. Several artists and security personnel backstage tried to calm Josey Wales down, but he was furious and stood his ground, determined to give Ninjaman a taste of his fists. Frightened and having nowhere else to go, Ninjaman went back up on stage, took the microphone and announced to the crowd dramatically that if anything was to happen to him, that Josey Wales was to be held responsible. But after lots of pleading, the crowd backstage would get Josey Wales to move away from the foot of the staircase and allow the Don Gorgon to leave the stage, and also allow the next artist to get on stage and on with his own show. But even with Josey Wales pacified, Ninjaman wouldn't take any chances. The Don Gorgon was said to have quietly slipped away from backstage and out of the venue, melting into the darkness like a true ninja before Josey Wales could change his mind and look for him once again. Not to mention that Ninjaman didn't return for a second performance at the festival as expected. But after all that drama, it's good to note that this incident didn't snowball into beef or anything else. Ninjaman truly had lots of respect for Josey Wales, who was his older colleague, and later apologized for that low blow. The pair since then enjoyed a warm and mutually respectful relationship. In one live performance from 2007, both men shared the stage and would deliver hypnotic freestyles to an ecstatic audience, with Ninjaman referring to Josey Wales several times as teacher and boss. And honestly, I've never seen Ninjaman accord anybody else that level of respect. After that hilarious night in 1989, the Don Gorgon would go on to become the most competitive, dangerous, and most devastating dancehall DJ of his generation, defeating virtually every opponent in hundreds and maybe even thousands of sound clashes over 4 decades in the game, except in the year 2000 of course, when he met his match in dancehall artist Merciless, who viciously took him apart at the Sting Festival that year, and also as well as one unconfirmed loss at the hands of Louis Rankin in a sound clash in New York in the early 1990s. Even though this particular face-off has been hotly contested between fans of both artists over the years. So it's gone down in history that Ninjaman's fearsome reputation began on that hilarious evening 35 years ago when his roasting of Josey Wales almost got him beaten up at reggae's most prestigious events. So there you have it. Thank you for watching the video today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until next time, Jah bless.